Now for the top story tonight, why is the president not talking about Wikileaks? Why? Joining us from Washington, former CIA analyst Michael Scheuer. Author of the upcoming book, Osama bin Laden, a biography. Dr. Scheuer was the head of the bin Laden unit at one time. So, Doctor, were you surprised the president hasn't said anything about Wikileaks?
No, I think the president has established a pretty good record of not talking about things that would defend America. He and Holder have been very good at criticizing Americans about how we've lost our moral compass. He always has time to talk about has-been Burmese journalists and Chinese writers you never hear of. But when it comes to defending America, Bill, he's generally pretty quiet.
Yeah, but look, I want to break this down because this is so interesting to me, because I studied the guy, as you know, Doctor, researching pinheads and patriots. I mean, I just watched him from the time he was 3 years old all the way to the present day. He sends Holder out yesterday, and Holder says all the prerequisite things, and so does Hillary Clinton, the Secretary of State. This is bad. We're going to get the guy. We're going to investigate. We're going to do this, that, and the other thing. All right, so there's Holder yesterday. But this happened last July. So from July to the last day in November, Holder did bupkis. They didn't do anything. So it happens again, all right, and there's Holder. Well, we're gonna get who on earth is buying this? Everybody knows, everybody who has a brain knows that there's something preventing the president from taking a strong stand. I don't know what that is.
Well, you have to assume, Bill, you don't know what goes on inside somebody's head.
Right. You don't know what goes on inside his mind.
But somebody who acts or doesn't act tells you clearly what he thinks. The president, when the first announcement was made that these things were going to be leaked, could have ordered the U.S. military or the Central Intelligence Agency to destroy the website Mr. Assange was going to use and prevent any leaks at all.
How could he have done that? How could the U.S. military have destroyed the website?
Well, we have there's an information warfare command in the U.S. military. The Central Intelligence Agency has a powerful capability to disrupt communications of America's enemies, and he's the commander-in-chief.
So you believe that we have the technology so ordered that President Obama said, knock them off?
Well, absolutely, sir. You absolutely. You just reported that the site was not available today.
No, some other cyber people knocked them off. I understand it's a former American military person is behind it. Well, okay. So let's assume that the United States has the capability of knocking WikiLeaks off the air forever. But President Obama doesn't want to do that because he'd be criticized?
Oh, I think so. I think he thinks this is a First Amendment issue when it really is just a matter of trafficking in stolen material. You know, the president clearly is cheek by jowl with the ACLU. He doesn't want to upset those people, or the New York Times. Somehow committing treason now has become protected by the First Amendment.
All right. Now, do you believe that what Assange has done damages the United States going forward? Because, look, we all know that intelligence has to come from one human being to another. I mean, it's passed along. And if people feel that everything they say to the United States is going to wind up on a website someday, they're less inclined to say anything, correct?
I think that's very much the case, sir. And I think we live, at least here in Washington, in very much a lawless environment. Because I think you have to remember President Bush and President Obama have leaked very, very highly classified material along with their lieutenants to Bob Woodward. And Mr. Woodward brags in his books about the national security documents he's received from from our governments. So it's a very lawless situation, Bill.
All right.